What's up, y'all? It's your boy Antoine The Icon. I ain't the GOAT, I ain't the legend. I'm just the icon. I'm here with Tampa on industry's most wanted podcast. Let's get it. Skirt.
You don't want the smoke, better fall back. No. You don't want the smoke, catch contact. You don't want the smoke, better fall back. No. You don't want the smoke, better relax. You don't want the smoke, better fall back. You don't want the
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted podcast. Boom! Antoine The Icon is in the building.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Boom! Give me some love. How you doing, fam?
I'm chilling. How you?
Hey, listen, blessed, highly favored, no complaints. Ain't nobody trying to hear it anyway, right? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for
And
having
your
me.
wife. Thank you both for being here today. Came in here looking fly with the dope hair. Like, first and foremost, that's the first thing we noticed. We're like, oh, that's dope. Go ahead and give us that official introduction.
Once again, it's your boy Antoine The Icon. I'm not the GOAT. I'm not the legend. I'm just the icon. Let's get straight to it.
Period. I love that intro. Let's talk about that. How do you came up with that intro?
So it's like a lot of people in the industry, they so familiar with being like a legend. They want to be a GOAT.
Right.
But nobody really say they're going to be an icon. So I put my own spin to it. I don't want to be the GOAT. I don't want to be the legend. I just want to be the icon.
An icon. Absolutely. You have to create your own lane, per se, and that's what you've done. You're originally from Philly?
Originally born and raised.
Born and raised, you know, let's pay homage real quick. I have a lot of respect for Philly. Shout out to my fam, Neef Buck, one half of the Young Guns. That's my
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
Did a lot of work with him. I actually helped him release about 7 of his Forever Do Me albums. Yeah, you know, and of course, Gilly's my homie. You know, Tone Trump is my fam.
Okay.
So a lot of dope people in Philly that I've had the opportunity to meet and do some work with. Now, Antoine The Icon. You know what I'm saying? Hello, holla at your girl. Boom. But you in Delaware now.
Yeah, I'm in Delaware now. Like, I go back and forth. So little known secret, but everybody, like every time I go on like a podcast interview, I always tell people like I'm a Philadelphia cop.
Yeah.
So being as though that I'm a cop, I'm always like in Philly. But when I need my peace of mind, you know, slide back to Delaware.
Understood. Absolutely. Okay, so let's take it back to growing up in Philly. I think it's important people understand your journey, right? Because you really dope, but you had to put in work to get to where you at, right?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
You know, so as a childhood, going back before you became an artist, you know, anything else, what were you aspiring to do?
Be honest with you, I don't know, because it's kind of like I was forced into music.
Yeah.
But once I understood it, I just ran with it. So it's like my oldest brother, he brought me to the studio when I was like 12, and he told me to write to one of the engineers' beats.
Yeah.
I didn't like the beat. It was like one of those boom boom pow beats. I was like, I need something a little bit lifted. So,
Yeah.
So he was like, well, what you want to write to? So I wrote a freestyle to DJ Unk's Walk It Out.
Oh yeah. You gonna walk it out.
Yeah. So when I learned that I was actually able to really have that type of spin, because like I call myself a wordsmith.
Yeah.
I like lyrics.
Yeah.
I like metaphors. I like things that just like go over people's heads.
Yeah.
So majority of the times it's like if I'm able to bring that out of me, like I'm locked in. So I guess from 12 all the way up until 15, I was just working on lyrics, trying to figure out, you know, what works, what type of artist I want to be. I don't want to be like, you know, a Little Baby or a Young Thug or Gucci. I want to be like in that field where it's like you got Nas, J. Cole, Jay-Z, you know, Michael Jackson. So when I turned...
Can you moonwalk?
I tried. It's hard.
I'm
It's
sorry. I
hard.
just had to throw it in. You said Michael Jackson.
It's hard. But at the age of 15, that's when I took music serious.
Yeah.
That's when I released like my first single, and it went on like back in the day it was iTunes, now it's Apple Music.
Yeah.
But it was like iTunes and Spotify, like all those streaming sites.
Yeah.
So that's when I started getting into streaming, because 2015 is where streaming started taking off.
Right.
And then fast forward to 2023, and we here now.
Here we are. Boom. That's dope, man. Getting started in this music business is never an easy task, right? Because you have to learn the actual business. Would you say that coming into it, you learned the actual business early on?
After getting scammed a couple times, I started to, you know, understand ASCAP, Song Trust, BMI, Sound Exchange.
Yeah.
The difference between TuneCore and DistroKid. and I started understanding the difference between streaming and buying music and understanding, the logistics of how music did like a whole 360. Because before it was all, you gotta sell these many records, these many singles.
Right.
Now it's like streaming is I think RIAA was like 1,200 streams.
What's the numbers? He knows the numbers. He be on top of that type of stuff.
Okay, 1,500. 1,500 streams is like equivalent to one like album or single sale. And I was like, that's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It seems almost unattainable. You know what I'm saying? When you first start thinking about it, but then when you see how many different ways you can get your music out there, different ways you can promote it, getting on playlists, things of that nature, like, okay, maybe it is a little bit more obtainable, but it does still seem like a lot, 1,500 versus one.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Somebody paid 99 cents. All right, cool. You ahead of the game.
Right. And I talk to artists from time to time. They still sell their music like that on their website. They'll put a single up for 99 cents or the whole album, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you're doing that at an independent level, you still need to have it on the digital platforms as well.
A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
That's free game, y'all. Free game.
Yeah, because just like trying to get people to go to your individual website versus going to Spotify when they already have the app downloaded, ready to go, it's going to be a little tougher.
That's why I kind of like DistroKid, because any albums or any singles you release, DistroKid gives you like that hyperlink.
Yeah.
And then you click on it and then it pulls up every streaming
Absolutely.
Like, service. Yeah,
it's all in one spot. Or you can build a link tree if you, however you choose to do it.
If you don't want to be lazy.
Exactly. Who were some of your musical influences coming up? And it doesn't necessarily have to be anybody from your city.
I give you my top 5.
Yeah, let's go.
Tony Braxton.
Whoa, okay.
Tupac.
Okay.
J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Tory Lanez, Free Tory.
Yeah.
Free Tory. And Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's a great top 5 right there. You threw me for a little loop with the Tony Braxton, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? No, because it's just different than the other ones you named. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's fire. I love that you threw Tony Braxton in there.
Yeah, she's like just like listening to a lot of her music, you can understand like the difference between her and how she looked up to what is that singer name? Anita Baker.
Yeah.
So like understanding that it was Anita Baker, then after Anita Baker, Tony Braxton drew out motivation from that.
Yeah.
And they both got the deep voice.
Absolutely. And I love that.
Yeah. So that was like Tony.
I'm a big advocate for R&B music. I'm praying that it makes a really strong comeback around like it did back in the like 90s and early 2000s. R&B back then was very, very prevalent. Everybody, was listening to it. And now it's like, and I love the music that's out there now, but it's like now trap music is kind of taking over. The drill music is doing its thing. We need some good R&B. Do you sing at all?
Auto-tune. You gotta give me auto-tune for that. But it's crazy because I always wanted to be a singer. Like most of the songs I write, they sound like somebody would sing on them.
Yeah.
But it's just me having to rework them to put them in like a rapper's like, I guess, mindset.
Yeah.
Per se, because it's like, we have the trap, we have the drill. Jersey club music is really making a comeback.
Okay.
Shout out to DJ Crazy. He make that shake that music.
Yeah.
Everybody doing them blick dances and all that stuff. Yeah. So,
I can't keep up with all that.
So like shout out with him. I work with him a lot.
Dope.
So we got a lot of beats that we made, and
he's from Philly?
Yeah, he's from
DJ
Philly.
Crazy 215? Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and him do a lot of stuff.
That's dope, man. It sounds like you've been out here working.
Definitely,
applying a lot of pressure, getting to it.
Gotta keep your foot on their necks.
Nah, for real, absolutely. One thing about this business is you cannot ever let up, because the second you do, there's gonna be 1,000 people running right past you. Now you got to play catch up. And I understand sometimes life happens.
Of course.
Personal stuff, and you got to take a step back. But it's like, as soon as you come back, boy, you got to hit the ground running.
Right. But a lot of people don't understand that, like, the music industry is 90% business, 10% music.
That's 100% correct. That 90 and that 10 equals 100% correct. Absolutely. It's about getting your business together and also creating business relationships with the right people, like a Magasia.
Definitely. Shout out Magasi. Woo-hoo.
Shout out to Magasia, man. Again, if you guys are trying to get your double XL placement, she can make that happen for you. She's just a vibe.
Yeah.
She's got your Billboard release tomorrow, you said, in Atlanta?
Yep, she got the Billboard tomorrow, and this one is for the new song, Not Another Love Song, that I sampled from Tony Braxton.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah, so I sampled another sad love song.
Yeah.
I called it Not Another Love Song, and then I just sampled it. So it's kind of like, I do like the R&B drill.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not to the point where it's like, everybody's dissing their ops or
Yeah.
it's like so brutal. It's not that. It's more so of me like talking to the female and telling her like, lift yourself up, stop lowering your standards.
Yeah.
It's like the type of music I make, I call it like relation music, because if you can relate to it, cool. But if you don't, you can find somebody that can relate to what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's dope. That's kind of like a new genre in itself, because I love the drill vibe. I just, not everything they talk about is a vibe, but I like how the production is and how they deliver the music. So it's like you can still do that without adding all the violence in there.
Yeah.
Everybody swear they got ops these days.
Yeah.
No, that's fire. So, taking it back, when you first started doing music, was everybody around you on board and supportive?
No. But it's like so many people was like, you'll never make it, you trash.
Wow.
Like you might as well.
People in your immediate?
Yeah, like I don't,
Really?
I don't have
No,
family.
I know. Listen, we don't care about all that.
Yeah. It was like a lot of people doubted me, and now, as I'm like, when I got that first Billboard, was that a year ago in New York, that changed like a lot of things, because I know when I met like coworkers or met like friends that I knew years back, they're like, oh, man, you were serious when you said you was going to do this. And I looked at them, I was like, what you thought I was going to just play?
No, for real. Yeah, especially if they know you and know your character, that you about your business.
Definitely. And it's like, rest in peace, DJ K-Slade, because he put my music on Sirius XM radio, and he gave me some words of encouragement. He was like, in this field, it's going to get real dark because a lot of people don't want you to shine. Yeah. But what you got to do is figure out how to shine even when you're in that dark.
No, that was great piece of advice, because it's absolutely like that. We all go through dark moments. There's times where I'm like, man, I just want to shut my social media down. I don't want to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because, there's so much influence out there. We just can't feed into that. Yeah. But like he said, there's going to be dark times throughout your journey. That's just life, period. It's all a matter of how you push through it.
Oh, of course. Most definitely.
So for people who haven't had the opportunity to check out your music, let's walk through it a little bit. What was the very first song that you released on the digital platforms?
Oh, it was a song called The Run Through. It was so bad. It was like...
Why wife you over there laughing?
Because it was like, it was me, just a regular Caesar haircut, no beard, glasses, just like metaphorically giving bars, but it's just like
the image wasn't there.
It just wasn't there.
That is funny.
I was like,
So, but how did the song itself do? Was people vibing with it?
I mean, people was listening to it because they understood the bars.
Yeah,
but definitely flop.
Yeah,
but then it's like, it's always some type of lessons in all these sacrifices or these things that you come across that might, stop you from actually reaching your potential at that age, I would say.
Absolutely. I like to talk about that because I think a lot of people forget about how far they've come.
Definitely.
And it's we have to remind ourselves from time to time to go back. Like, I go back and listen to some of my first interviews from 12 years ago, and I'm like, my goodness, like I was a terrible interview, but it's like, it's just, you get better as you do it, staying consistent. So it's no different as an artist. You go back and listen to it, and then you listen to what you're doing now. You're like, man,
what?
I've come a long way, and you got to pat yourself on the back for that.
Definitely. It's funny because so far I probably released my last two albums, The Outsider in Orlando, and then The Outsider in Orlando, the deluxe edition. Both of those albums are like my best body of work. Yeah. I know the deluxe version has over 1 million streams on Spotify. Man. Spotify, hey, if you're listening, you owe me a plaque.
Nah, for real.
And then the original one, I think this morning it was at like 960,000 streams. I'll probably wait till this one gets to 1 million. Then like Spotify, you owe me like 2 plaques.
Absolutely. So, you have to have those type of accolades.
Definitely. I want to get the gold RIAA, but them numbers when it comes to streaming, it can be done, but you gotta really up the ante and start pulling everything out the hat.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I can absolutely connect you with a personal friend of mine, a friend of ours. He goes by the name of High Definition.
Okay.
And that's one of the main things he does is he helps people to get their plaques.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's solid as they come. Like, he's just a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And last time I asked him, he said he's like, he don't even charge people to help them do that. He just wants to see people win because he does other stuff as well.
Protect that man, y'all. Protect that
Yeah,
man.
he's a rare gem. So I'll make sure, just remind me, and I'm going to make sure you guys make each other's acquaintance because he does a lot of other stuff. He helps people find money that's owed to them, you know, like the streaming money and things like that.
It's
so
out there.
yeah, it is definitely out there because there's so many different ways, you know, as an artist to make money in this music business, you know, with your music.
Definitely.
Out of all the songs that you've released, which one is the most personal for you?
I guess they would, they would have to be the Amber's Interlude and then Amber's Interlude 1.5. That's my wife's name.
Yeah.
So it's like those songs was personal. I mean, other than that, it would have to be them because every other song that I wrote is more so of me just going off of how I feel. It's not deep as those two songs.
Yeah. Are they on like the albums that you put out? Yeah.
Yeah. So Amber's Interlude 1.5 is on the deluxe. No. Sorry. Amber's Interlude 1.5 is on both the original and the deluxe.
Okay.
Amber's Interlude is just on this album that I created, was the Quarantine Chronicles. That was a good album. That was a good album.
He was locked in,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah, that was an album right there. But yeah. So yeah, it's on those two albums. Yeah, those are pretty deep, even though there was interludes, but you can feel like the growth of going through, you know, your different type of views on a relationship and then just taking it to the next level. Absolutely.
And that type of music is relatable.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because everybody has been or is in a relationship, you know, nothing's ever perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's stuff that you're going to go through and you make sacrifices and compromises, but that's a part of being, you know, have a partner with you alongside you. So putting that type of music out, you're going to have men and women who are going to be able to relate to it.
Definitely.
You got visuals for those?
No.
You should.
I was thinking about
Come on. Amber said, come on now.
I was thinking about it, but it's just trying to find the right, you know, views, the right scenery for that.
Yeah.
Because it's like two of my best songs that I've done would be Goofy. Goofy was pretty good because it was like everybody was dressed up in a purge mask.
Oh, okay.
And we was chasing Donald Trump around. So, yeah. So
that's hilarious.
that was a great song. And then this other song that I had with my cousin, Shayon, and then my cousin's friend, Darren Cash, was Doing the Most. And Doing the Most was just talking about life, females, relationships.
Yeah.
Everybody. You just doing the most.
Yeah.
And then that racked up to like 35,000 views on YouTube. And I was like, that's crazy. And then I think that song probably hit over 200,000 streams on Spotify. I was like,
a lot of times it be the ones that you don't anticipate to do those type of numbers be the ones to quickly do those type of numbers, you know? Like, I hear all the time from artists are like, man, I ain't even really like that song, but it was the one that took off for them. And it's like, ultimately, it's the people's choice.
Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart.
Yeah.
That's her best song, but she don't like the song.
Right. Exactly. Prime example. Absolutely. So have you been doing any collabs with anybody as of lately?
Let's see. Besides, like, producing wise with DJ Crazy, no, I would say like the last features that I've done besides off of like my last two albums was Darren Cash. That was with his album. But other than that, it was like a female named Trilla Six Seller,
Okay.
Jay Kings, and Cody Banks. These are people from Orlando. So
Okay.
I came up with that name because I had a lot of motion going in Orlando thanks to Magazia.
Yeah.
So she was like, why don't you just drop the album and have it related to Orlando and then bring everybody that you can from Orlando on the album. And then when you do the deluxe, go back home and now you touching two different states.
Absolutely. That's a great way to gain a new fan base is to collab with artists that are in other cities.
Yeah.
Now their people, their supporters, their fans that are tuning into what you got going on.
Definitely.
I think that's important. And it's very important that as an artist that you engage with your supporters, your fans. What are some of the things that you're doing to make sure that you are staying engaged with the people that are supporting you?
I answer messages.
That's a big one.
That come on Facebook, come on Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok. For the new song that just dropped today, I got a couple people that's been sending me dance videos.
Oh, dope.
So I've been uploading them.
Yeah.
Add some promotion to it, tag them in it, and then just keep everything in rotation. So I do my best to try to get back to people who support my music.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard because a lot of people be like, well, I want to meet this person. I be like, if I ain't meet that person, how you going to meet that person? But, you know, it's like, I guess you got to pace yourself and choose the battles that you're entering, because there's a lot of battles out there. A lot of fans I want to be in your next music video. Well, if I knew my next music video, I would let you know.
Nah,
right
for
now,
real.
It's a lot. Well, when you go on tour, can you save me a ticket? It's still COVID out here. I don't know if I want to go on tour. It's still
right. And not to mention, when you're planning and prepping for that type of stuff, everything else goes out the window. Like, I get people telling me all the time, well, let me know when your next event is. I'm like, just watch my Instagram. I will not remember to reach out to you and be like, hey, just watch the social media.
One person.
Like, I'm not going to set myself a reminder. We ain't doing all that. Throughout your journey in music, what would you say has been your biggest accolade? Got a Billboard. I know that's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, those are great.
Yeah.
You know, those are great. Meeting DJ K-Slay, being on Shade 45, being on This Is 50, being in XL Magazine, like meeting with certain record labels, like all that stuff is like really, really great. But it's like, I think my biggest accolade would probably be getting those Spotify plaques.
Yes.
Like having something that shows that, oh, this man went from 0 streams to over 1 million streams. But that's probably just one. But I guess I'm going to speak accolade and, you know, in future reference.
There you go. Absolutely.
For the song that I just dropped today, Not Another Love Song, I really want to take this single to like that next level to where it's like, even though Tony Braxton might say, I got to sue you now.
Hey, that'll get you some attention.
That'll get you some attention. So it's like I kind of just want her just to reach out and just say, I see what you did. And now she wants to.
We're holding this up for the camera real quick.
Take it to the next
there
level.
There we go. That's dope.
So it's kind of like I just want her just to like solidify it and just say, I'm going to notarize this one for you. And then just figure out what to do next. If I could get her just to perform the song with me,
man, that would be a major accolade.
Yeah, so
super accomplishment.
That's kind of where I want the future to go.
Absolutely, and it's not always about what you've done, you know, or where you've been. It's where you're going.
Definitely,
and you have to claim that. You have to put it out there in the universe. I'm big on karma. It's like what you put out is what you're going to get back.
Definitely.
So if you're putting out that positive energy, claiming that your music is going to get them plaques, it's going to happen.
Of course.
Might take a little longer than you want it to. You know what I'm saying? We're not rushing the process. We trust in the process, right?
Only one thing I don't like is when you have like rappers or like people who not in the music industry, they try to sit there and say, if you ain't signed by 24, you might as well call it quits.
Nah, that's BS and a half right there. Bro, don't ever listen to that. Yeah. Because really, this is my humble personal opinion, I don't necessarily think if you're an artist that has created your own buzz and your own motion, if it's not about financial backing, you don't need to sign to a label. If you really out here making waves by yourself and wanting to release your music when you want to, I don't think that people should be so pressed on signing to a label. A lot of times it's just if you want to sign to a label, it's because you need that machine behind you. That's so true. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's anything that artists should be pressed on either.
Yeah.
I mean, because they gonna come knocking on your door when they catch that buzz, like when they say, "Oh, he out here working," we're gonna go knocking on his door. You know what I'm saying?
And they gonna offer you that loan. You gotta pay that loan back.
Hey, right, and that's all the things you have to take in consideration and weigh it out, because it's not like it's free money. It's an advancement, essentially. What are some of the things that you want to make sure that you accomplish, you know, throughout the rest of this year that maybe you didn't quite get done, you know, in the past couple years?
That's a hard question, because everything that was like small to me or big to me to accomplish,
you got done.
I got done.
That's what I'm talking about.
So it's kind of like, what's next to do? It's like I've been on tour. I sat down with Rock Nation and other record labels. Had music on Sirius XM Radio twice.
Yeah.
Had music on. Been in a Double XL magazine twice. It's like I'm humbled. I did a lot.
Yeah.
Now it's like, what haven't you done?
Right. Well, what would be something that you would like to do? Let's talk on that note, on that side.
Probably like collab with like Kanye West.
Okay.
I would like make some beats with Kanye West. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Just pick his brain to see if he's really crazy or not.
But yeah, so I think being in the studio with him would be a vibe because he's a genius. No matter how he has his antics and things he does, we can't take away the fact that he's a musical genius.
Definitely.
You know, and he didn't make it as big as he did being dumb.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Definitely.
And sometimes, you know, and again, I don't know the man personally, but sometimes people do certain things because they know it gains them a lot of attention. Just like when a lot of artists getting ready to drop an album, you notice right before that they'll have like a little beef with somebody else.
Yeah.
It's a marketing tactic.
Wait a minute. Now. I did that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did that. I did that with 2 artists. I did that with Dusty Locane and I did that with Lil Mabu. And these people was literally watching like my Instagram post. Every time I dropped like a diss track to them, they watched it.
Yeah.
They liked it. They commented on it, but they didn't have the balls to respond back. Dusty, I know you in jail. When you get out, I need to hear this. Lil Mabu, we know you're not from the hood. I need to hear this track. I can start this up NT time.
He said, NT time. I'm coming for y'all.
Definitely.
No, but listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, as long as it's like you're not hurting nobody or causing anybody no physical harm, do what it takes.
Yeah, keep it music.
Keep it music, because at the end of the day, it's like you don't mean no harm.
Yeah.
It's not personal. It's just a business decision. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we got to do a little stuff here and there to gain a little clout. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of these YouTubers that be out there pulling these pranks, I think they're risking their life.
Yeah.
You know, because they be really pissing people off sometimes. You know, that's different. But when it comes to your music, you know, putting them records out there, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It's just I do my best to make sure that if my music is violent, it's violent with bars. It's not.
There you go.
It's not violent to the point where it's like, oh, because you from this street and I'm from this street, now we beefing. I don't care what street you from. Leave me alone. like I don't care.
Have you ever done like a rap cipher where you go back and forth with somebody, like battle rapping?
I did battle rapping when I was younger.
Is that something you would do again right now?
No. Like I met like Tay Rock. I met Chess, Goods, New Jersey Twerk. No. Tay Rock,
they vicious with it.
Yeah, like Tay Rock pulled paperwork out on one of like, yo.
Oh God, they do. It's funny because in Tampa, before I moved here, we used to do one once a month. It was called Enter the Dungeon, and we did it at a barbershop. And it was really dope because, let me tell you, they would dig because they would have a month to prepare. Some of the stuff, they would come with printouts of stuff, and you know, like, and some of the opponents would be getting upset, but like, bro, you can't be mad. Like, they just telling the world what you did. You know what I'm saying? But it could be still humiliating or embarrassing if you got a little wobbly past, we'll say.
I mean, because I already know they're gonna pull up the cop stuff. I already know that. Once they pull that up, I'm like, all right, what else you about to pull up? They're gonna pull up the CO stuff. Like, all right, so you got 2 on me. All right, what else? That's
like
it,
this
right?
guy 5-0.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
Let's talk about that for just a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the complete opposite, I guess. You know, how did you get into that field?
I breaking generational curses.
Yeah.
So I was the first out of my family to graduate college.
Okay.
And
that's big.
Yeah, very big.
That's an accolade.
Yeah, that's an accolade. Thank you. So I started off being a CO. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah.
I was there for like 2 years and 2.5 years.
What was it like? Let's pause there for a second. You was in a prison or a jail?
I was in a prison.
You was in a prison.
Yeah.
What was it like?
I was fine.
Yeah.
I had to fight a lot when I was in there because my partner, it'd be 100 inmates on the block, and my partner don't want to get up, don't want to walk around, don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like you get to the point where you know walking down the halls to make sure that everybody in their cell, somebody push you in the cell. Now you gotta fight your way out.
Yeah.
It's intense, but it's not as bad as people make it seem.
Right out like you see on some of the movies and stuff.
Yeah. Like majority of the time, it's always that one person that's on the unit, and he just want to build a name for himself.
Yeah.
So what better way to build your name than to hit the cop?
Right.
So it's one of those situations.
He the tough guy.
Yeah. So I did that for 2.5 years. Then after that, I switched over to becoming a cop because it was more money.
Yeah.
I actually had the opportunity to talk with a lot of kids and use music to try to inspire them to stop doing the things that they were doing.
Yeah, get out the streets.
But then I got hit by a drunk driver, so now I'm injured. Almost died.
Oh my gosh.
Now I'm injured. Yeah.
Wow, but thank God that he looked over you.
Definitely. It was bad.
Man, so is music your main focus right now then?
Yeah. I've been Dominican Republic, Mexico. Next week I go to Rome. Everywhere I stop at, I'm putting up posters.
There you go.
Promoting. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in the city.
Yeah. It's like even if you go places for leisure, it never leaves your system. You still want to be there promoting and doing. You're like, shoot, I'm here. I might as well throw a few posters up or shake some hands. You know, you just never know what opportunity, especially if you're going overseas, man. Like, that's a whole nother market right there. Right. What can we expect next from you?
In about 4 months, there's a follow-up to Not Another Love Song. I sampled Aaliyah's Missing You, and I added drill to it.
Ugh.
That
I can't wait to hear that.
Now, a lot of people was like, that should have came out first.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't hit them with the best for the first single. You hit them with, something just to keep them hanging on.
Yeah.
And then that second, third single, that's when you just come out swinging.
Yeah.
Like, you save your best for last, so then that way, when they think it's over or this is the best that you got, you done topped it.
Absolutely, because a lot of people will think that. When you come out with a really dope record, they're going to be like, man, they ain't going to be able to top that.
Yeah.
You're like, sure, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Wait for this next one. Is that going to be a part of another upcoming album?
I don't know if I want to do albums. It's a lot of work promoting an album.
It is.
It's a lot. I kind of probably just want to, just knock out a couple singles.
Yeah.
Knock out some singles, get people to dance to it, promote it for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Drop another one, do the same process until it's a high enough demand for an album.
Understood.
Because the last 2 albums, there wasn't, believe it or not, it was no demand for it. I just made it a demand.
Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of like, you guys want another album? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like you said, if you drop singles, it gives you a little bit of time, in between to because each one you want to make sure you put some type of marketing and promo behind it. Definitely. Even if that's not necessarily your main single, you don't want to just drop it and not do nothing with it.
Definitely.
But we're also in an era now with social media and the streaming platforms where you can consistently drop music every single month and just put it out there, because that's how you stay in the algorithms. You got to consistently drop music. So whatever music that you were going to make an album with, just divide it up and every month put a new song out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You got to be creative with it. And it sounds like you are. You got the creative hair.
Thank you.
Shout out to your stylist. They did a phenomenal job. It looks really, really dope. Before we get up out of here, there's 3 things we always got to do. And one, let everybody know, your social media platforms where they can follow you, tap in, tune in with you.
Bet. Go on Google, type in Antoine The Icon. That's spelled Antone, the icon. You put that in Google, you'll find everything. But if you don't like using Google, Instagram, Antoine The Icon, all in one word. Facebook, Antoine The Icon. That'll take you to the Facebook-like page. YouTube, Antoine The Icon. Twitter is IconFlow215. Everything else is just Antoine The Icon. Try to make it real short and sweet.
Yeah, easy to find.
Yeah, easy to find, because a lot of people be having some strange names like AK Killer 1567. What?
Right. It's like, what is that? Is it an acronym? I don't know. Yeah. I know you got a lot of people that are supporting you. You got your beautiful wife Amber here with you today.
Of course.
Who do you want to show some love to?
Besides the people that I already talked about, nobody.
That's
it.
So shout out to anybody supporting the movement.
Yeah.
And the ones who are not, y'all get on board eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Last but not least, we are live, Industry's Most Wanted, right?
Right.
Antoine The Icon in the building.
Of course.
Right now, he's going to go ahead and let everybody know what makes him the industry's most wanted.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. I'm a threat. So it's like, you got to look at it like this. How you got Kanye, how he started off producing, and then he had to, claw his way to start rapping.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. I can make any type of beat, any type of sample that you want.
Yeah.
It's going to hold you there to see what's next to come.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the rapping, the producing, the DJing, the mixing, mastering, engineering, I do it all.
Man.
So I'm my own biggest critic. I'm my own threat. Not too many people are able to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, I agree.
People feel as though because I rap or my song is hot, that's it. No. I do so much from I tell a lot of people, I create the song from start to finish.
I love that.
Not too many people can do that.
No, you're right. And who better to get your sound the way you want it than you?
Of course.
You know?
Of course. But I know eventually it's going to be a lot of talk. And it's like, hey, you kind of sound like Kanye West because you kind of do what he does. But then I already figured out how to challenge that.
Yeah.
Kanye said that he was sampling the best music. I'm not doing that. I'm sampling music that you remember. As soon as you hear the song, you're going to be like, either he better kill it or he's going to kill it. Off the bat.
Hands down. That's a great marketing tactic.
Thank you.
Slick. You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep doing your thing. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Tampa.
Of course. We up out of here, y'all.
The same goofies who be chasing this fame. You don't want the smoke, better fall back. You don't want the smoke, catch contact. You don't want the smoke, better fall